All right, so in this session, we're going to do a lot of word problems. There's a whole slate of them involving a lot of algebra and, equation writing and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get started right away. Okay, so one. So someone spent $42 on clothing or something. And this was $14 less than twice what, I don't know, this person spent on, I don't know, a car or something. I don't know. I'm just making these things up, but that ultimately doesn't really matter. They just want to know how much was the car or whatever. So someone spent this much money on something, and this was $14 less. Okay, I'm gonna start translating this into math. So this is gonna be to the right of the equal sign because it says that person spent that much money. Okay. And this was, so this equal sign comes into play. $14 less than twice. So $14 less than twice. So suppose X is what we want to find. Is the cost of the car or something. I don't know, cost of some specific clothing item or something. Who knows? So yeah, $14 less than twice what she spent on this. So it's gonna be 2x minus 14, and this is equal to how much she spent on the total thing in this problem, essentially. So this is what the problem turns out to be. And it's just pretty simple. You just add 42 plus 14. And then you just divide by 2 ultimately after that. Oops. And you end up getting x is equal to 28. And that is your answer. And you move on. The hard part is translating to math. Okay, there's supposes x boys in class. That's boys in class or something, or anywhere, honestly. And this is, again, this is now the equal sign that's coming from. This is 3 more than 4 times the number of girls. So this is boys, suppose girls is y. It's always good to also lay down your variables and what they mean. Okay, so the number of boys is 3 times more. No, it's 3 more than 4 times the number of girls. So it's 4y, 4 times the number of girls, plus 3. It's equal to the number of boys. Exactly. So like this. And they want to know how many girls in the class. And now remember, there's 2 variables. So in this case, we can just use just solve like a regular equation. This is like a literal equation. It's not gonna only have numbers because we don't know, there's 2 variables in one equation. That doesn't really work. But we can still solve for y. Again, so subtract 3. 4y equals x minus 3 divided by 4 divided by 4, and that's how many girls there are depending on the number of boys. But there's b boys, suppose, so you can just place this as b minus 3 over 4 as an answer. And you move on. The sum of 2 numbers is 84, and one of them is 12 more than the other. Okay, so sum of 2 numbers is 84. Suppose the 2 numbers are x plus y, right? 2 numbers added together equals 84. One of them is 12 more than the other. All right. So you could just do, suppose y is 12 more than x, right? So this is going to be x plus 12, right? That's all you really need, because now you can replace the y with x plus 12 equals 84, and you just solve for x. So you have 2x plus 12 equals 84, and then you just subtract the 12. 84 minus 12 divided by 2 is going to give you x is 36 in this case. Okay, and then you just do plus 12. Why? Because y equals x plus 12. So y is going to equal 36 plus 12, or in other words, 48. Okay, so these are the 2 numbers you came up with. Let's see if it works. If you add 48 and 36, you get 84. Let me just do another color. 36 plus 48, it's equal to 84. That's good. And 36 is plus 12 equals 48, right? I believe. Yes, so that means 48 is 12 more than the other, which is exactly what I want. So those are two numbers, and you move on. The sum of two consecutive numbers is 37. What are they? So in this case, you have x. What's the consecutive number after? It's just x plus 1, right? Exactly. So these are the two numbers you want to know. So honestly, you just add them up because it's just a sum of two numbers, consecutive numbers. So it's like, I don't know, if you have 2 plus 1 is 3. That's consecutive, and that's how you can write it algebraically. Equals 37. So now just do your basic math. 2x plus 1 equals 37. Subtract 1, so you get 36. Divided by 2, so you get x equals 18. And then just add 1, and you get 19. So this is your two numbers. Let's see if it works. 18 plus 19 is 37. So that's your answer. Number 1. Okay, one number is 10 more than the other. Okay, let's call x the smaller number, I guess, and y the bigger number, because there's two bigger numbers. There's two numbers. One is bigger and one is smaller. Okay, so one number is 10 more than the other. So it has to be the y is equal to x plus 10, because it's 10 more than the other number. And there's only two numbers, and one is bigger, one is smaller. Okay, the sum of twice the smaller number. Okay, the sum of twice the smaller, is 2x, plus 3 times the larger, 3y, is 55. So that's one equation and two unknowns. So you need another thing. Well, as it turns out, you do know another thing. Y is equal to x plus 10. So now this becomes 2x plus 3 times x plus 10 equals 55. And now you have one equation, one unknown for x, so you just solve for it. 2x plus 3x after you distribute plus 30 equals 55. I'm going to do 55 minus 30. That's on the right, so the right side becomes 25. And the left side, 2x plus 3x is 5x. So 25 divided by 5 is obviously 5. So x in this case seems to be 5. And y is x plus 10. So y is 15 plus 10, which is 25. And that's your answer. And let's see if it works. The sum of twice the smaller, so twice the smaller is 15, times 2, so 30. So 30 plus 3 times the larger. 3 times the larger is, what's the larger number? Huh. All right, well, this is what the math gives. So I think actually the problem is kind of a little bit messed up, but this is how you would do it, as long as you know there's two numbers, smaller and bigger, and you know the bigger number is 10 more than the smaller. I think the problem is worded a little bit differently, but yep. Yeah. So the assuming it means the bigger number is 10 more than the smaller number, and then the 2 times smaller number plus 3 times the bigger number is 55, and then you just do the math and you get somewhere. But yeah, that's how you do it, ideally. Okay, the sum of two consecutive odd numbers is 52. Okay, so that means it's x and x plus what? Suppose give me an odd number. That's 7. Well, how much you have to add to it to get to another odd? If you add 1, you get even, right? So that's not really true. If you add 2, that would be fine. I think 9, 11. Yeah, that should work. So it's x and x plus 2. And just add them up, and suppose it's equal to 52. again, now you do basic math. 2x plus 2 equals 52. 52 minus 2 is 50. 2x equals 50. X equals 25. And then 25, and then 20. Add 2 to it because x plus 2. 20, 25 and 27, which give you 52 when you add them up, which is exactly 1. And they're consecutive odd because 26 is even, so we can't have it. And you move on. Okay, again, there's like X marbles. Suppose black marbles. And this is 4 more than twice the number of red marbles. So suppose Y is red, X is black. Okay, so X, the black marbles or whatever, is 4 more than twice the number of red. So 2Y plus 4. Yeah. So in this case, again, you can solve for Y in terms of the other variables. So X minus 4 divided by 2 is going to equal Y. This is subtract 4, X minus 4, and then do the divided by 2, divided by 2. So that's Y, and depends on the number of black marbles. So if black marble is supposed to be black marble, so it'll be B minus 4 over 2. And then move on. Okay, suppose someone spent $100 on books or whatever, and this was some X dollars less than 5 times what you spent on lunch. Okay, so 5 times what you spent on lunch, and we want to find out how much you spent on lunch. So let's call that X. 5 times how much you spent on lunch minus some dollar K that, you know, they just told you is K dollars less than 5 times what you spent on lunch. That is equal to 100 because it told you that. So, and they want to know how much you spent on lunch. So again, X. Again, you do the same procedure. It's going to end up being K plus 100 divided by 5. And if you plug this a number here, you get your numerical answer. So that's your literal algebraic answer. Okay. The sum of two numbers is 72. Okay. Oh, sorry. That's not right. X plus Y, the two numbers, I guess. 72. And the one of them is 5 times the other. Suppose this is 5x then. So x plus 5x equals 72. So 6x equals 72. 72 divided by 6 is equals to 12. So x equals 12. And y, because of it equals 5x, this will be 5 times 12, I believe, which is 60. So 60 plus 12 equals 72, which is good, and 12 times 5 is 60, so 60 is 5 times the other number. So the answers are 12 and 60, because 60 plus 12 is 72, and then, you know, it's 5 times other. So yeah, that's how you do that problem. And you move on. All right. Now this is just an algebra really equation. Absolute if this equals 8, so that means inside here, what can it be? It can be 8 because, you know, absolute is 8 equals 8. So that's your answer. 1, like this thing equals 8. The other thing is negative 8 because that also equals 8. So how do you do this? You just set this equal to this, set this equal to this, and solve. And there will be two answers because absolute value and negative and positive, and they'll give you the same answer. So x minus 2 equals to 8. Well, that's equal to 10. Okay, and then do x minus 2 equals to negative 8. So that's plus 2, x equals what? Negative 6, I believe. Yeah. So those are the two answers. That's how you solve basic value, absolute value. Okay, so suppose someone gets, you know, buys something for $14 and the sales tax is 7 cents on every dollar. How much tax is there? Well, there's $14 and it's $14, and for each dollar there's a tax of 7 cents. So it's a tax. And if you write 7, that's 7 cents. Yep. So how much tax does it pay? Does someone have to pay? 98 cents. Why? Because it's 7 cents per dollar. And how many dollars are there? 14. So it's 98 cents if you multiply them together. And that's your answer. It's just multiplication, essentially. Okay, suppose there's a conversion of like different rices, and we know the prices for each type of rice, and then we know the prices, and we know how much you want to buy, so how much you want to spend. So someone buys 1 pound of some. Okay, so 1 pound of some rice. It's gonna be a brown rice. It's gonna be like $1.73 per pound, and it's 1 pound. And you add 2 pounds of some other rice, and each pound for that rice is 237. It's just multiplication. So you do take the unit price. 2.37. Okay, and then 2 pounds of other rice, whatever, it can be 1.1. Okay, so that will be, this is just a bit, at this point, a mathematical problem. 1.11 times 2. So the answer is going to be 4.74 plus 1.73, around, or actually exactly, I guess, 8.69. Yeah, just multiply the price by the number of pounds per price, in essence. The price per pound, multiply by the number of pounds, give you the price, and you add them all up, and you get $8.69 in dollar money. And yeah. Okay, so someone already has some, knitted certain amount of scarf for. That's a constant in a sense. She already has it, and she knits 5 each night. And we want to know the relationship between the nights and the length. So it has to be positive because more time passes, the length gets longer because you're knitting 5 each night. This is a classic case of a linear equation, which is in the form of mx. Y equals mx plus b. 4 becomes a y-intercept because you already started with the 4, and you're adding a certain amount based on the number of nights, which can be x. And the y is the length knit. So this equation and the slope is she gonna knit like 5 centimeters per night. That's 5. So it becomes the length knit t is gonna be 5 times the number of nights plus the original 4 that she already had. And that's how you write a linear equation from word problem. Okay, let's get into a little bit of like rates and questions and stuff. Suppose someone took a total of 8 quizzes. Oh boy, that's quizzes over 4 weeks. And we want to know, we assume everything is, directly proportional and stuff. So this is a ratio we essentially have. We want to know how much weeks will it take, I guess, for 12 quizzes, and it has to be the same ratio in a sense. So basically we want to find out this value x, and we know all the other 3. So we could just do multiple ways. We could cross multiply. That seems easy. 12 times 4 is 48. So we can do that. It's 12 times 4 is 48. Then you cross multiply. It becomes 48 equals essentially 8x. So divide by 8. And that becomes 6. So 6 weeks instead of 4 weeks. Yeah. Let's do that problem and move on. Okay, this problem again, it's a ratio problem. So 1 inch in a scale drawing is equal to 9 feet in real life. And that, you want to know something is 5 inches. How much is it in actual? Again, cross multiply, proportions. 9 times 4, 5. In this case, you can actually also do the fact that you're going from 1 to 5. So, times 5 in a sense. So yeah, the answer should be, when you do cross multiplication, you also get 45 equals x. So in either case, you can get 45 because it's 9 times 5, and you move on. Okay, so 36 out of 45 teachers are, have been selected for a field trip or something. What percentage were selected? That's this classic, percentage problem. Take the part over the whole and multiply by 100 in essence to convert to a percentage. So that would be equal to 36 divided by 5, like 0.8 times 100. So about 80%, which makes sense. It's a good amount to have. 36 out of 45. Yeah. That's the answer for that. Okay, there's another proportion problem, and okay. Actually, this is not really a proportion problem. It's actually a hidden triangle problem. Okay, some person, Polly, is admiring a statue in Newport Park from 3 meters away. So this is Polly. She's admiring a statue. This is a statue, right? And this is 3 meters away. If the distance between the top, if the distance between Polly vertically, if the vertical distance between Polly to this top of the statue, so from here to here, is 5 meters. So this is 5. How much taller? How much? In a sense, actually, okay. When it says the distance between the top of the statue and Polly's head, like Polly, is actually this, because this is literally this. So it's not the vertical. Actually, that was a mistake. But yeah, the distance from the top of the statue, which is this. This is the statue, and this is the person. So person's head to the top. It's literally this. So it's 5. And we want to know the vertical distance between the top of the statue and the person's head of person. So we don't know this. And so now this is a classic right triangle equation, and we know to the sides. Use multiple ways, but in this case, Pythagorean theorem, which is going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 3 squared plus b squared, where b is this, equals 5 squared. And you solve for b. Or you can recognize this as a 3, 4, 5 triangle, special triangle, where 3 and 4 are the length of the 2 legs of a right triangle, and the 5 is the hypotenuse. Yeah, the answer would be 4, I believe. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 triangles. So that's it. Again, translating in them is the hardest part. Okay, so the diameter of one basketball is 6 1/4, which is also known as 6.25. This might make things easier, the calculation. And the diameter of another ball or whatever is 14 1/2, which is 14.5. How much is this bigger than this in essence? So honestly, it's just 14.5 minus 6.25. Or you could decimal, like mix the number, like calculation, but if you convert to decimal, it might be slightly easier, but not. But either way, your answer is going to be 14.5 minus 6.25, which is going to be 8.25, which is 8 1/4. If you do convert to mixed number, you can also convert to improper fractions, but it's going to be 8.25 or 8 1/4. Okay. Someone brought 5 pints of ice cream and tray of shrimp, for a total of 45. So 5 pints of ice cream. So for some amount of money, and we actually don't know the money, so what you're trying to find, plus one tray of something that costed $25. We know that. So you just add that, and the total money spent is 45. And that's how you convert that into a mathematical equation. And you solve 45 minus 25 is 20. Equals 5x. So it's gonna be 4. Your answer. That's $4 per pint of ice cream, which is I don't know, kind of expensive, maybe, I don't know. Okay. Okay. 22 students in Miss Smith's second grade class each have a sibling or a pet. Okay. If 14 students have a sibling and 18 students have a pet, how many students have both a sibling and a pet? Okay. let's draw a Venn diagram. It's way easier. So sibling, pet, and total should be 22 because there's only 22 students. Well, we know sibling got how many siblings? 14. Pet is 18. So what is 14 plus 18? There's 32. That's not possible, right? Because your total students should be 22. That means the extra people that we're, like counting, that's is the middle part, the both of them, because you're double counting them. So in that sense, we could just do 32 minus 22. And we'll find out that people who have both will be 10 because we overcounted them. Yeah. And now, in any case, your total is going to be 32 minus 22, which is 10. Yeah. So it's going to be 10, like in the middle, that have both. Yeah. Because like we can't have 32. We overcounted by a certain amount. How much? 10. So just draw a Venn diagram or just think logically. You can't have 32 students if the total is 22 students. All right, last problem. This is just inverse operations. So suppose you have an x, you're adding 1, and then you're multiplying by 3, you're subtracting 5, and you get the result y. Okay. Okay. This is when you start with the oops. It's supposed to say y, the output here. So if you start with input, output. Well, now we have an output. We're gonna get back. So we have an 11. So instead of, we just literally do the opposite. So instead of subtracting 5, we're gonna add 5. So we're gonna get 16 here. Multiplying by 3, we're gonna divide by 3. We're gonna have 16 thirds. We're gonna add 1. So we're gonna end up getting 19 over 3. Actually, we're gonna subtract 1, not add 1. See, that's where the problem was. 16 divided by 3. This is adding 1, so we're gonna subtract 1. So your answer should be, let's see, 13 over 3. But let's go. So this is this. Let's see if it works. 13 divided by 3 plus 1. That's gonna be 16 over 3 times 3, which is gonna be 16, and you subtract 5, and you get 11. Yep, that is your answer. So you just do basically everything the opposite. And that will cover everything for now for mixed word problems part 1.